Aries, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it, Aries. A lot has been reshuffling. We're just actually, as I'm recording, we just moved out of Taurus season. So we're finally in Gemini season. I like Gemini energy because it brings a little more momentum. Momentum we've really been wanting to see lately. Places that, whatever we're trying to go after, whatever problems we're trying to solve, etc., those haven't been as easily navigated. They've taken a lot of time. They've taken a lot of TLC. Mars has been really weirdly aspected in the astrology. And it's just making everything like a little bit annoying, right? We're kind of ready to see some momentum, some change, some positive results, essentially. Jupiter has also been very tensely aspected for a while now. Jupiter is in Gemini. And so I feel like we've really been forced to deal with, not only what I was just talking about, like things that aren't as easy to navigate, but not everything working out, right? Like Jupiter is our fortune. It is our abundance. At the same time, being in Gemini, it's highlighted a lot of duality around that. Pluto moved into Aquarius back in November. So it gives us an opportunity to make changes around the life we're living, essentially. Oversimplified, but this is essentially what it is. And Aquarian energy allows us to align with the things that make us passionate and excited. Those unique parts of ourselves that not everyone understands or even accepts at times, hence why we're moving through what we are right now. But things that are more honoring to our heart, our mind, our soul. And so Jupiter essentially is highlighting all that duality in the places that we're not getting that, but we can if we make changes accordingly. So that's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles, limitations we might be coming into. It's also a really good time to set your own intention for the reading as well, Aries, especially if you have come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, etc., or if you are just looking for more of a realignment of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're operating from that space of strength, of alignment, feeling good and grounded in ourselves, that's really where we're tapping into our happiness and our abundance. We all deserve to live that life. We just got to get right with ourselves in order to get there, essentially. Again, oversimplified, but true. I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Aries, definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. All right. Okay, Aries, you're feeling like I'm picking up this energy where you're feeling a little like embarrassed or ashamed, perhaps. Like, I don't know. I don't know that this is like something you did per se. Everyone's situation is obviously going to be different. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But I'm getting this energy of you feeling like trying to hide from people, from situations, maybe even feeling a little bit bullied at the same time. Like you have to self-protect, or that's how it feels. I feel like something kind of took over you, or maybe maybe getting out of this energy of feeling like people, situations are pushing you down or not really hearing you, honoring you. It's forcing you into this, you know, like you're feeling very, like it's forcing you into this energy of like dedication. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, it took a minute to get there. Dedication, commitment, immersion. It's not, okay, so we're getting the Lion. So we have the shadow diver and the Lion. So kind of like maybe even just having to deal with these parts of yourself or parts of people, situations around you that, again, feel like they've been pushing you down. Like, I don't feel like you're getting a lot of credit right now. Maybe credit where credit is due, but I'm also hearing it as like you're not validating yourself enough, you know, or you're not feeling like you're getting that validation from those around you. Your energy is hesitant. Your energy is, I don't know, it looks like you have a lot on your heart this week, a lot that you're trying to sort through, sift through. I feel like you're still trying to present yourself as this strong front with the Lion kind of as your focal point energy. But you're dealing with like a lot of heaviness is what it's showing. Like this is a pretty heavy overarching energy. And it looks like the way that you're approaching things is by creating a new strategy, right? Looking at the pieces. I do feel like something's coming out that you're going to have to address. Maybe this is what you're embarrassed about, because normally you're like a pretty confident and strong sign, Aries. So I'm kind of surprised to see this energy coming from you. As we are moving into Gemini season, we've been seeing the earth element heighten a lot more in the astrology, which is positive. We need that grounding. We need that support, especially because there has been a lot popping off. But it does kind of look like something's coming back up, something's coming back around. Something that was left behind a while ago. Something that maybe to some capacity you were saying, hey, this is what I can give. You were trying to show up in this relationship, in this dynamic. It shows that you're trying to work together. It shows that you're trying to be on the same page, on the same team. I don't know if someone's receiving that though this week, unfortunately. Yeah, because it looks like they're kind of in their own world or out for their own success. And I feel like this is making you feel a little bit nervous. I don't know if something has like, I don't know, like, okay, I'm kind of feeling like something's coming out of the woodwork, and that's where that embarrassment is coming into play. Something's coming out of the woodwork that you're feeling as though you need to protect yourself. You're feeling responsible for something. And maybe it's not 100% your responsibility, but you're taking it on. And I actually feel like this is a good thing because I'm hearing this is rewriting some of the stuff that's happened in the past. Some of those places that you do need to make change. It looks like messages, communication are coming in around this. I feel like this is going to be a little bit difficult to navigate because someone is very much on the defensive. I feel like whatever this is, it kind of brought out a more negative side of you in the past. Maybe you chose something that was like a little shady. I don't know. You know, not everyone's going to resonate with that. Just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But like I said, it almost looks like you're trying to justify something and someone else is not picking it up. They're just kind of like, I don't really want to deal with that. You know, they've staked their claim a while. Yeah, 100%. They've staked their claim on like spending time alone, detaching from this energy, whether it's you, whether it's a situation that you're involved in. I feel like you need something from them this week. I feel like you either need something back. Yeah, because we have that offer coming in. We're seeing an offer. We're seeing communications. And you have something to give them. You have something that I feel is valuable, but you're not really sure how you want it all to play out quite yet because there's a lot of moving pieces in this dynamic. There's a lot of moving pieces that you're not sure how it's going to shake out. Again, some of that nervousness, fear, embarrassment, like you don't want it to look bad on you. And I don't know that you like did someone wrong or were super shady. I don't know. I don't necessarily get that vibe, but I think it wasn't all done above board is what I'm saying. There are parts of it that might be a little bit humbling. There are parts of it for you this week, Aries, that like you are just kind of have to like acknowledge, you know, like I want to say grin and bear it, but this is just acknowledging where the disconnect is and then addressing it accordingly, right? Like you don't have to take the fall for whatever, but at the same time, I do feel like there's places of ownership that you have to like be responsible for. And that's what you're trying to figure out right now. Like, I think you're trying to save face. That was what I was looking for. I think there's, you know, protecting yourself, protecting your pride, your ego, etc., which are all fine things. I'm not throwing shade to it. It just looks like you're trying to get yourself out of something that maybe you got a little too deep into. And I feel like this might have been motivated by outside forces that were coercing you to thinking, feeling, believing something. And so you kind of just like threw all your eggs in one basket and were like, okay, I'm going to bulldoze ahead. It hasn't shook out exactly how you anticipated. And that's where I don't know. And I do feel like if you're not cleaning some of this stuff up, it could potentially come in to bite you in the butt, right? Like if your pride ego is completely rejecting whatever this is or pretending it didn't happen or whatever, that in and of itself can be a slippery slope. It's better to just like own the thing and move on. I think you're going to get a lot more success with that. But I also feel like you're figuring out how and what that looks like. This is a really good teacher is what I'm seeing. It might not be something that you're incredibly proud of in your own life. Again, not good, bad, right, or wrong. It looks like it's teaching you a lesson. Stay afraid, but do it anyway, 100%. You can be afraid. You can be nervous. I think we all fear that. I love watching, you know, people who are really accomplished in their field and just kind of talk about anytime any human being does something that they care about, that they're passionate about, that's big to them, they have that sense of fear, right? Fear and uncertainty. And I feel like you're definitely in that stage this week, trying to figure out which way you're going to go. I'm placing all my hope in scratch-off lottery tickets. Those are the keys to the luxurious future that I deserve. I love that. I'm hearing this as like, you know, not putting too much practical energy on it, right? Like sometimes life is magical. Sometimes we can hit it big, but we're only going to hit it big if we actually take that action, right? So this might not seem like something you want to do it. You know, you need to on some level. It might not be your first reaction, but at the same time, I feel like if you take a chance on this thing, it's actually going to work out way better than what you had hoped or anticipated. When you're in the lane, there's no traffic, 100%. So this is really just like when we're feeling in alignment with self. And I feel like Spirit is really speaking to you around this. Spirit does want you to put your best, excuse me. Spirit does want you to put your best foot forward with what you're sensing, with what you're feeling, not being afraid or embarrassed about it. Easier said than done, you know, but honestly, sometimes the embarrassment is more in the fear of what is to come. And then once we get it over and done with, it's not that bad, right? Usually we're hugely embarrassed when we're not expecting it or we don't want something to come out. And so this is almost like, saving face, right? Like, as I was saying before, like, say what you need to say, clear the air. It's going to work out way better for you in the long run. Aries, thank you so much for your time, energy always. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear or say hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support you send to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.